Okay, everyone. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. It's Doc. Let me get my camera spin back around so you guys can. Cool. So it's a foggy, crazy day. I'll show you guys the fog in just a minute. Let me see what the temperature is. Temperature is 2C or about 38 or so Fahrenheit. So 2C, 38. But this is what I want to show you guys. Look at this. Poof, can't see the mountain. Fog everywhere. So, a lot of things to do today. A lot of things to do on this wet, cold, snowy, slushy day here on the farm. So, yeah, I tried something interesting yesterday. So sorry, you guys, those that wanted to watch, didn't get to experience it the way I was hoping it would be, but it's just kind of how it is. So Chris David, I absolutely agree. You have to know what you're doing to cook duck properly. So I'm personally not a huge fan of eating duck, but there is definitely, again, with a lot of the different meats that are the non-traditional types of meats that we eat, there definitely is a lot of different tricks that you need to learn. So, got my new scooper, so and I have to get some water. So I'm bringing the scooper here. Now we're gonna go back to the house. I need to grab some water. So I got some water jugs there, and then we have to go get I'm gonna go probably get a sled, and we'll get some bunny food. Actually, you know what? I think I can bypass the sled today, even though I really want to use the sled. But I need to get one bag. I need to get one bag of rabbit food here, so. Yeah, I've heard that sometimes older animals, when you eat older animals, they're tougher and they're a little bit harder to consume, and they take a lot more work. So things that we'll have to do like that. So here's what we're doing. We're gonna grab a little trolley here. We're gonna take it down to the car and grab the rabbit food and see how well this works out. I would rather use a sled, but I did not prep myself for the sled today. So we're just gonna do this. Then we'll come back and get everything else accomplished. Luckily, I think the snow is snowy enough. I don't know if that makes sense. It packs like snow. It'd be great if today would be a great day if you wanted to build a snowman. Today would be a great snowman making day. So, like I said, the temperature makes it a little bit more, but the fog, that's really kind of the clincher here. If it gets cold enough, which it might, because it does from time to time, if it gets cold enough, then we'll get frog, and that is frozen fog. And frozen fog is really interesting because it makes everything look like that. Beautiful sugar-coated. Beautiful sugar-coatedness. We're gonna take the road just because I was lucky enough to have a neighbor plow the gravel road here. And so minus this little bit I have to cut through, I think this will be easier to just deal with the road right now. Some of my rabbits. You can see some of the rabbits hanging out in the bushes. So there's my house. Some of you have not seen my house. So there's my house, 1897, Queen Anne Victorian. Yeah, I love historic properties. And so being able to preserve and to make sure that a nice old house gets to be saved is one of my things. So I always keep my eye out for a property that needs to be rescued or needs to be saved. So this house, the deed says it was built in 1897, but knowing where I live, it was actually probably built a little bit before that. That's just when the paperwork finally made it to the courthouse. So we're heading up into the driveway right now. For those that don't know, there's downtown Flat Top. Seriously, like that's the main thoroughfare for where I live. Since I live out in the middle of nowhere. So, but most of you know where I live, so okay. Let's spin this bad boy around. And let's get some, I'm gonna pop you guys right over here for just a second so I can unload a couple bags of feed from. Really? Okay, we're gonna have to sit on this side because it's not gonna let me. So I will tell you guys, I'm probably just gonna take 2 bags. Still got 2 more bags to get, but we'll get the rest of the bags on another day. So let me spin the camera back around so you guys can join me on the next part of our adventure back. So, I wonder what happened. Looks like we lost everyone. Well, we'll see if you guys come back. If not, no worries. I think this is, who knows where I'm actually streaming to. I never know. I'm streaming to all the different sites, so. Actually, it's not that exciting if I stream there. Let's see. Perfect, right there. So, actually, I do want to check something. I'm kind of curious now what is going on. So if you guys give me just a matter of seconds, I'm going to see what ended up happening. As we stand around, as I'm getting everything set up, you guys can see, like I said, look at that crazy fog. Can't even see the mountain. Barely see my neighbor's barn. So, just one of those absolutely craziness. Double checking to make sure my D Live is working. Looks like that. Just one of those absolutely craziness. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that I was back to working, and we are. So continue on. So what we're doing, guys, if you want to see again, here's my sled. I mean my cart, pulling the cart up to the house. It's gonna take a minute, but since I'm getting 2 bags, better to do this than to carry them, which is no problem. I can carry them. Problem is I'm having a tough time sliding because the road in spots is a little icy, and so sliding a little bit. So, okay, well, it looks like it's gonna set me up as a restream again. So, whatever. Who cares, right? Streaming can't always be perfect. Sometimes you have to deal with the craziness of what your phone decides to do. Here's the part that's going to be interesting. It's going through the snow here. This is why I'd like rather have a sled. But the sled is a last in the building. As you can see, we have to get through that clump of snow. Just like so. Got through it, back through our tracks. Back through the tracks we go. Really doesn't like you to, we're just going to get through the gate, and I think I'm going to carry it from this particular point. So I'm going to set you guys up there so I can do it a two-handed, get this done. Set you guys right up here. You guys can probably see what I'll be doing. Just want to get up here, get through the gate here. Just give me a minute, let's get this done. Perfect. Just Now we're heading that way to the barns. Oh man, yeah, Mark. This is the perfect snow to build an igloo or something like that. It's that spectacular packing snow. It's awesome. And if you look, see if I can show you. You can barely see the plow truck going down the road. That's how foggy it is. Well, it's actually a plow tractor right now. But yeah, super, super foggy. Beautiful out. But yeah, super, super foggy. Trying to keep our momentum going. Yeah, the ski resort is open. They've been making fresh powder every evening, and they'll probably continue to make fresh powder. Every... I'm gonna leave you guys here for just a second so I can go grab both of the waters so I don't have to take 2 trips. So I only gotta take 1 trip. So I'll let you guys watch me what I'm doing. But I'm gonna go grab the water. I'm gonna go up to the house. I'm gonna go up to the house right there, and you're gonna see me walk down this path. So that's where we're gonna be going. So I won't be able to see what's in chat, but Mark, if you have a question, Mark can probably help you with answering it. So I'll be right back. Walk up there, get the water, be right back. Okay, nice Daly's Farmer's Walk. Takes me a minute to catch my breath, especially on cold days. So, we're gonna go in, I'm gonna grab a bag of that feed, pop it on my shoulder, gonna go get the bunnies fed next, and then we'll work on the next thing. You know, it's Mark. One of these days when I know I'm going to have a lot of chores to do, I'm totally going to get a pre-workout and see what the pre-workout does before I got to do all my farm chores, especially in the winter. I think it'll be really interesting to get an idea to see if it makes this kind of stuff a little bit easier, especially on the cold days. Okay, let's go grab a bag of feed. Once I get that on my shoulder, I'll swing back over here, grab the camera, and we will head into the bunny barn. So. good to go. Let's get the bunnies in here fed. So probably hungry bunnies. Yesterday I was a little low on food, so everybody got a bunch of hay. They're probably extra ready for some pellets. So, because of the way I raise rabbits, I like to kind of balance the hay and the feed, especially in the winter months when I can't put a lot of fresh greens in, because during the summer months and such, I prefer to give most of my animals as much fresh greens and such as possible. But during the winter months, we all know that that's rather difficult. So supplementing some fresh hay and their food is great. Now that I have a tractor and such, there's a chance that I might be adding more alfalfa and such to my field. And if I do that, the perk of having more alfalfa in the field is then I won't have to buy as much food. So 200 pounds, some of you might be wondering stuff. So 200 pounds of rabbit feed was right around 74 bucks. 200 pounds of rabbit feed, if I'm being conservative, will last me about 2 weeks. At least right now with the current makeup of the rabbits that I have. Me and Lisa do have plans to adopt out, to sell, to release a few more guys in the spring, so that we can keep our caged rabbit population to just like the breeding stock and the guys that need the extra attention. Right now, some of the babies are in here that would be perfectly fine in free-ranging. But they're staying in here right now because I purposely don't like to release rabbits in the winter months. It's a harsher life. It's going to take them a lot longer to find the proper food. Even though I do supplement food out for all of my free-ranging rabbits, I like to more release them so they can free-range more in the spring and summer and maybe fall. So. Okay, I need to dump this rabbit feed into the rabbit container. So we use Rubbermaid Tupperware, you know, the big totes. We use the totes. That really does a good job of keeping the rodents and such out of that. And also the air tightness means that the moisture level. I mean, we go through the food pretty quickly, but it keeps the moisture level in check. Since we have a feed bag ready to go, we fold up these feed bags because we recycle our feed bags. We use them for a variety of different things. Sometimes, some places we might use them as trash bags. Some of these we use for making for Lisa on her Etsy page, where she makes grocery bags. Sometimes we use these for insulation or other types of projects. So we try to reuse as much as we can. We joked around that we would be very well living in one of those worlds if back in the day when they used to make these out of cloth, if they were the case, we'd be making lots of cool stuff with them. But I don't know if we'd be comfortable wearing these as clothing. Okay, well, while we'll still come back here and give these guys food, we're good to go right now. Let's give Sylvia a nice scoop of food. She'll be happy to see us give her some food and such. So, let's continue on our adventures. I don't know what the... Hold on, guys. I got caught. Give me just... I got uncaught. Great. So let's give Sylvia some food. So Thursday, we'll be going back to our regular scheduled show, which I think Thursday's tomorrow. So sorry, I've been missing. Didn't do the show the last 2 weeks. I had a bunch of stuff, and then my mind just was not in the mood. So we were just kind of playing Minecraft, but I'm working on a variety of stuff. Here is Miss Sylvia. Here's Miss Sylvia, a big fat piggy, ready for some more food and ready to go. As you guys can see, there's a little stream right there. It's good at fresh water and awesome stuff like that. So let's go in and work on getting everybody in the barn fed, and then I can finish up with the last little things that I need to do. I get the move the feed and get the rest of the water everywhere. Okay. Water, I'm gonna pop you guys. Let's say today you guys get to be right here. That's good. Nope, not quite. That'll give you guys most all views in the barn. Also, I picked up some new scoopers. One of the key things is having the proper scoopers for all of your proper jobs. Water, stuff, chicken, everything. I don't really like that spot. We're gonna move you someplace else, maybe right here. This spot's a pretty good one. You get to see just about everything right there. So we got some food. I'm gonna start off over there, get those guys fed. Those guys are a little bit of food out of my way. Today is definitely a workout day. Because you just saw what I was doing here, but I've been doing a couple other things earlier today. So definitely going to burn my calories, definitely going to get the 10,000 plus steps in. For those that don't know, on average I try to at minimum have 10,000 steps. If I have 8,000, I consider that a lazy day. So I really like to try to do the 10,000 steps. It's funny, I have no idea what I did with my other scoopers. I was going to show you the difference and why I kind of like these new smaller ones a little bit better. They function a little bit better and do more what I'm looking for scoopers to do. But I don't know where I stuck the other ones at the particular moment. They're not in their usual spots. So yesterday, during all that chaos, I must have just, I don't know, I must have just put them down in some silly spot. Just don't get me wrong, I'm really, really good at doing. That's why I always remind myself, and why I remind you guys regularly, that you should have regular spots to put things, because I know I'm absent-minded, and I really just put things in the wrong spots often. Oh, there you go, guys. I found it. It was where it was supposed to be. So just to show you the difference between the scoopers. So these are for big projects or when I got to feed lots of people. This is more of a realistic one. So. Okay. Okay, I'm going over to the far side. I'm going to get those guys, let's see if we can make sure you guys see everything. Going to the far side, getting those guys fed over there. Okay, so we're good so far. Everybody's good in here with all the rabbits. I mean, all the chickens are good with food. So I'm gonna go walk. You're gonna see me go right past the skull. I'm gonna go grab the bag of feed that I left outside, bring it in here, so we can get the rabbits. And then after we do that, we'll start on the water. Okay. Let's see if I can get you guys. I guess you guys will sit right here. So next on what I'm going to be doing is we use a lot of recycled of the cat litter. It does a great job of holding food, and it's free, and we have ample amounts of it, so we do a lot of storing stuff in there. And one of the things that you'll learn when you homestead and you farm and stuff like that, and again, you know, I'm preaching to the choir to some of you guys, but you reuse a lot of stuff, and you try to figure out ways to use it as many times as possible. Always find cool ways to save yourself some money and some time by finding different ways to use different types of containers, stuff like that. And these kitty litter, we actually pay just maybe about 50 cents more for the kitty litter that comes in the totes instead of the bags, because of the fact that for that extra 50 cents you get a free plastic bag, free plastic tote. And that makes things a lot easier for you. So, I'm gonna pour the rest of this in a nope. Oh, and the ducks just knock everybody over. Hold on, let me get it fixed back up. Okay, cool. Hey, Roaring T-Rex, I hope you're having a lovely day. We're just chatting, feeding everyone, nothing too exciting. If anybody has any questions or anything like that, you guys are always welcome to ask. Mostly we're just you know, doing the daily chores with, you know, getting everything done that needs to be done. All the fun and excitement of that. Like I said yesterday, usually with the exception of when I have to do like the major chores, like really clean out the cages, give everybody hay day, or just really focus on stuff. Usually to get all of the animals fed is roughly about an hour and a half, maybe just under 2 hours. I can in a absolutely quick day if I needed to. If I needed to go quickly, I could probably get everybody fed and watered if I had everything pre-set up in probably about 40 minutes. But usually I don't try to rush. No reason to rush in what you're doing throughout the course of the day. You know, I like farming. I like doing this for a reason, so. Now, if I tag team this, if there was 2 of us, if you tag team this, you can get it done a lot faster because one person can focus on the water and the other person can focus on the food. And then that person can also make sure that everything is good to go when it comes to just making sure the wellness of the animals is good. Okay, just slow and steady, that's the way to go. I'm gonna go over and get those guys over there. So, those metal cages, we're actually probably gonna grab a couple more of those in the future. If anybody knows how to get good deals on those type of cages, I'm actually pretty, I found a pretty decent ones that I'm probably going to pick up from Amazon, or I found the manufacturer, I might contact them as well. But those ones are kind of, I think they're usually called like double stack ferret cages. They seem to be really well for the a single lion head. Plus, if we get them to get a little bit of exercise time in the summer months and time when they can go outside and play. But those seem to be really well. The rest of the cages we've built ourselves. And while me and Lisa, I should say Lisa, while Lisa's really good at building cages, we have found there is some charm of having ones that are, especially for the rabbits, that are the metal and done that way. Three more guys over there to add to the mix. By the way, guys, if you're not part of our Discord community, !Discord, you guys can join us on Discord. We talk about a variety of other things. We also play Minecraft. We play some other games. We do a bunch of stuff. It's just kind of a fun community building place. Share lots of cool ideas. Get stuff on farming and the environment that's going on. Follow some conspiracies. You know, try to keep our health up as high as possible. You know, just lots of different ideas, lots of ways to help each other, lots of ways to build really cool community ideas. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but all of the Let's Feed the Chicken shows and all of my Mesiverse podcasts, they should be also synced to Odyssey, but if they're not synced to Odyssey, you can get on, and if you get on the YouTubes and you type in Mavis Manor 1897, that is the URL, is Mavis Manor 1897, and all the shows and such like that, that's where they're saved. So I archive them there, and they're supposed to be archived over to Odyssey, which under Odyssey it's Mavis Manor. So the name of that channel, that's the URL. The name of the channel is, I think it's Doc's Farmcast. Yeah, I think it's Doc's Farmcast. So you guys can check that out. If you guys miss a show and you can't pick it up on DLive or Twitch, and you just want to see it in the past, I don't, you know, just letting you guys know all the different options. Also, if you miss something in chat and you would like to scroll back, if you get on our Discord, we have a whole section where everything in chat gets logged. So if someone posts some cool links or someone posts something really cool that you want to check out, it will be available in the Discord. Guys watered over here. Let's start out down here. Oh, right now, some of you guys like to know, it is 43 in the barn. Or 6C for those that don't use freedom measurements. Yeah, yeah, kangaroo. It's not bad. Like I said, it's 6C here, so it's actually a nice day. I don't mind. I don't mind 6C at all. Oh, kangaroo, I forgot to ask. Did you feel any? Did you notice any flooding or any waves from that tsunami? I was kind of super interested to hear your feedback of that. Oh, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. You'll have to tell me about that dream. I'll be interested. Jump on the Discord later or do a live stream about it. I think all that stuff's really interesting. I think sometimes we can't actually predict things or have premonitions or, like you said, maybe you just also felt it, but it is interesting. Yeah, no, cool. It would be good to see you. Okay. Just gotta tap up the 2 water down here, and then we're ready to head over to the other guys. Get these guys watered up down here. Lost the cap again, so we gotta figure out. Found it. Okay, so these go in the house because since it's so cold and freezes and such like that, it's just easier to bring those in the house. So we're gonna head to the bunny barn. No, we're gonna head to the, where are we gonna head next? Let's head over to the handy run. Let's get those guys in there fed and watered. And then we'll head over to, then we'll go get all the bunnies and such outside at the bunny apartments. So we got some of the quack quack ducks out here waiting for us. So I don't know if some of you guys might not have seen how crazy you can see the fog. It's actually better if we swing over this way, and then you guys can kind of really see how the mountain kind of disappears with the fog. So heavy fog, but the quack quack ducks, they seem to like it out here. So I'm gonna put this here, and we're gonna take this water into this barn with us. Put you guys right here. You guys right there for just a second. Yeah, total, what we got total from that storm was about 10 inches from the 2 days. So it was a pretty good amount. I was very happy about it. I'd like to see 15 or more, but I'm not shaking a stick at 10. It's been raining a little bit today, so we've been losing some rain. Or losing some snow. Those guys up top still have a little bit of water, and you put one more scoop up top. Okay, let's head on down to the next group of folks. That is taking us down there to the bunny apartments. Actually, I think I'm gonna just put both of these on the cart. Oh, we got a spinner. Sorry, guys. Let's get that so you guys can actually see decent stuff. Absolutely smells like rain outside right now. It's not raining yet, but it smells like rain. It doesn't smell like snow. It probably has a lot to do with the fog. It's probably the big thing that's going on. Oh, dude. Feels like it's getting rain now. It's starting to rain a little bit. So it's funny, the radio, the techno song was saying, "Here comes the rain," and it kind of seemed like nature listened and started raining right after it said that. Yes, I did. Not sure why I got kicked off earlier, but we should be back and ready to go. Right now we're just finishing up right here down here at the rabbit. Down here at the bunny apartment. So you might be wondering why they're called bunny apartments. So we have cages stacked out here. They used to be old chicken cages that we repurposed for rabbits and such like that. And then we have them wrapped in plastic and we have them double stacked so that they're like 2 layers. And it does a great job. And so because we kind of have like a little community here, we used to have when the chickens lived outside before I had the barn built, we had Chicken Saigon, and so this is the bunny apartments. Me and Lisa learned, especially when we're trying to teach other people and when we're doing stuff, if we have different names for different areas throughout the lab, it makes things easier. Lisa's pretty good at it. I'm gonna add up. We're actually gonna make little signs for everything in the future, so that each area is signed and labeled, and so people will just easily be able to find it. So you won't have to just use your imagination or just guess. We're gonna put signs everywhere. And since Lisa's all the artistical side, she's good at that kind of stuff. I'm mostly just waiting for her to get back from Georgia, and then she's going to focus on, she'll help me, we'll cut up some wood, we'll make some signs, and then we'll go around and label everything. But the idea is when some of you guys come and visit, or in the future when we start getting interns, it'll make it easier for people to just walk around. If you guys want to spend some time walking around by yourself and such like that, you'll be able to easily identify things. When I have interns and such, they'll be able to just know right where everything is going to be. So that's the goal for this year. You guys heard it here first. You're gonna remind me when I can't remember what the goal was. The goal is lots of signage this year. I'm gonna do a lot of signage, and I'm gonna do a lot of writing stuff down, so I'm not the only one that has it stuck in my head, so other people have it, so I can hand them a book, or I can hand them something, and they can pick up and know some of the craziness that's going off in my head. I mean, not too much of the craziness, because we don't want you guys to be, you know, too much crazy. A little crazy, a little crazy. Plus other things I need to do, and I suggest this to you guys, all you guys out there. Like Lisa did point out the fact that she doesn't know any of the crypto stuff. So like she doesn't know where the crypto's at. She doesn't know where I've got them stored. She doesn't know really anything about the day trading that I do. She just knows that money appears. And so I probably should have that well documented for her too, you know, just in case something crazy happens. And I get into a coma, or I don't know, so that she has it. And that's important for everyone out there. If you've got assets or things, or you've got important things that you have locked up here, write them down, because even if you are the head, you know, the alpha wolf, the head of your tribe, the head of your clan, what happens if something, you know, happens to you and you can't communicate in a time that needs to be communicated? Or what if you're gone and your skills need to be able, your knowledge and your skills need to be passed along to other folks? It's good to have those written down in a book that everyone knows, or a handful of people that are important to you know how to access. So something else I'm really going to focus long and hard on this year is making sure that my knowledge is documented in some of the books and journals that I have. Because, you know, I do still have, I have crypto locked away in areas that I don't know how to access anymore. Like I have more than one Litecoin lost on a hard drive someplace that I can't have access to. I have fractions of Bitcoins lost out there in the abyss. Got lots of other cryptocurrencies lost there out in the abyss. And so making sure that I don't let that happen again. By the way, guys, that post that ever, whatever that is, I have no idea what that means. So I'm kind of curious if anybody does know. On YouTube, whenever people post, especially it looks like either the, looks like that's either Russian or Greek. Don't have any idea what that is. I don't know if it goes to a website. I wouldn't click on it or go to it, but I am interested if anybody knows what these magical letters are that get posted in chat. So. And by no means am I telling people not to post it. I just don't know what it means. You know, it could be a link to a Nigerian prince, or it could be, you know, a link to $1 bazillion on how to, you know, live immortally. Live to be immortal. That's what I was trying to say. Live to be immortal. I don't know. Okay, last little bit to go. We're gonna head on all the way up to the bunny barn and finish giving those guys water. because that was the last little bit of the chores I did not do today. Let's give the guys up in the bunny barn un agua. Plus the rain is picking up, which I'm glad I timed this okay. I can't say I timed it great, but I timed it okay. So that means that by the time I finish this, I'm not going to be completely soaked to the bone. So I tell you guys, if you live in a cold region where you get rain and snow, so it's a good idea to have snow pants. You won't get so so crazy. As I tell you guys, most of the time I suggest snowboarding pants because they seem to work the best. So let's get these guys so these guys watered, so Cyrillic? Is that what it is, Cyrillic? And Roaring T-Rex, I always thank you so much for the wonderful phonetics, because for those that don't know, I'm really bad at pronouncing things and having phonetics that at least get me somewhere in the vicinity of sounding like I know what I'm talking to. You know, like I said, pretty close. Yeah. My Midwest and Appalachian tongue sometimes doesn't always come out right. You know, it's funny, over the years, you guys may think I talk very simply, and I used to talk with a lot larger vocabulary. I used to talk with a larger vocabulary, especially when I was in college and things. And over the years, when I started teaching classes and I started talking with more folks, I realized a lot of people were very nervous, or they just were uncomfortable asking me what big words meant, or not quite understanding what I was saying. And being that I took a lot of child psychology classes and understanding how brains develop, and then understanding how the brain gets through stages, and realizing that a lot of people don't pass, you know, the 16, 17-year-old mindset, and that most people, you know, have learned and pick up things at about a fifth or sixth grade level, is why a lot of times you'll hear me not use big words. You'll hear me repeat myself. You'll hear me make up words. And part of that is to be able to better communicate. So it sounds silly, and most of you guys, that's the problem, is that the two different crowds of people I talk to, most of you guys are highly educated, and so I probably sound like a backwoods bumpkin to a lot of you. But I've got so used to trying to make sure that I can communicate with a I try to make sure communication is the key. I want to make sure everybody can understand what I'm saying. And so I've got such in the habit of the last 10 years of just using simpler words, not trying to use words that are complicated, not trying to just not be crazy. Plus I'm dyslexic. I don't know if you guys know that. And so that makes things a little bit difficult too, but trying to do that combination of both. So one of the things I do suggest for other people out there, make sure that when you're talking with your crowd of people, like let's just say you're well learned and you know lots of big words, and you can say pretty things. Make sure the people that you're talking with are there and you're talking to your crowd. So if you're around a bunch of astrophysicists and stuff like that, of course, you can use terms that everybody understands. But you know, if your crowd is astrophysicists and your crowd is some high schoolers and your crowd is just, you know, everyday people, figure out that common denominator that everybody can understand what's going on. Because especially when you're in a room full of peers that are smarter than you, a lot of people will pretend that they're smarter than they are, and a lot of people will choose to not ask the questions. And now the good thing about having kids, because a lot of times kids will just blow right past that and they'll ask the important questions that the adults want to ask. So just keep that in mind. And so I try to astrophysicists, that's like people like Neil deGrasse Tyson and the folks that make up all that magic stuff. Modern day magicians, that's what those are. The folks that we give billions of dollars to. So I think some of their water's frozen. It's funny, even though it's 38 in here, you have a nice big frozen dish. So that's another reason all the time you need to make sure you get in there and you make sure everybody's fed and watered and everybody has fresh, unfrozen water. More water in there? Okay. We'll give you guys a little bit more water since I have some extra. Look at these things watering. I always want to make sure everybody's watered up. Okay, everybody's watered up. You need some food. Let me go grab a scoop of food real fast, guys. I'll be right back in about less than a minute. Okay. Ralphie. Just leave that there. Get my gloves. I think I can button this barn up for the evening. These guys are probably not gonna do any more adventuring in here. So I'm gonna button this barn up for the evening. So let's get this guy closed up. Something else, another piece of advice when you homestead: doors. Me and Lisa are just not good at doors on buildings. So I would suggest trying to get skilled at making and getting doors to close and to be the way you would really like them to be. So because that's one of our weaknesses: doors on cages, doors on the barn, just in general doors. You go grab that other container to take back to the house. Okay. 1, 2 containers. Ha ha ha. Rain's held up a little bit. I think it's being nice to me and telling me it's going to let me finish doing everything before it just hammers down and completely soaks me like crazy. I need to move this. Need to move my trolley, my wheelbarrow, my cart, whatever you'd like to call it. It's in the way of the path, and if we get ice or snow, I'd like to be able to walk past it. So. One more thing, guys. I'm going to take these up to the house, and we are going to, we're take a quick little jaunt over to the bees. So we're going to listen for some buzzing. So as of right now, whatever the date is, the 19th, 18th, 17th, something January, let's just say January. The teen January. I currently have 4 hives left, so we will see. Hopefully most of those 4 make it through, or a couple of those 4 make it through, or one of those 4 make it through. I mean, I like all 4, but if we can just have one, that will be good as well. So there's the beehives. So we're going to come down here. And other than that, I will see you guys later. Adios.